Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by Patreon supporter PobZombie. Huge thanks to PobZombie and the rest of my Patreon supporters. PobZombie reached out asking for a group slug deck led by Indoraptor the Perfect Hybrid, and I was more than happy to help. If you're enjoying my content, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate the support, and if you like the deck list, consider sharing this video as well. Indoraptor the Perfect Hybrid is a 3-mana 3/1 legendary dinosaur mutant with Menace, Enrage, and Bloodthirst X. Bloodthirst is a keyword that means this creature enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the damage dealt to your opponents this turn. Enrage is a keyword that says whenever this creature is dealt damage, there is a triggered effect. In Indoraptor's case, we choose an opponent at random, and then deal damage to that player unless they sacrifice a non-token creature. While I was streaming the other day, I had a wild idea and built Indoraptor with Umori the Collector as a companion, which meant our entire deck was nothing but creatures and lands. I'll post a link to the deck list below, but that wasn't the theme PobZombie was asking for. He wanted a deck that dealt as much damage as possible to his opponents. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. Ultimate Guard makes these beautiful solid color playmats, like this one in a gorgeous shade of crimson. One of my favorite things about Ultimate Guard is their vibrant color palette. This mat is surprisingly thick and much smoother than the other playmats I've used before. And since it's my favorite color, this one will probably be my go-to from now on. Find out if your local game store carries Ultimate Guard products, or click on the link in the video description to go to their Amazon store. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. One last announcement before we get into our video. I've been invited to attend MagicCon Chicago. Let me know in the comments if you're coming. I'll have more info soon. Barring an emergency, I will be in attendance and hoping to spend all 3 days playing Commander with as many people as possible. Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Bloodstained Mire, Wooded Foothills, Verdant Catacombs, Marsh Flats, Scalding Tarn, Misty Rainforest, Ziatora's Proving Ground, Blood Crypt, Stomping Ground, Overgrown Tomb, Luxury Suite, Spire Garden, Undergrowth Stadium, Haunted Ridge, Rockfall Vale, Deathcap Glade, Dragonskull Summit, Rootbound Crag, Woodland Cemetery, Sulphurous Mire, Highland Forest, Woodland Chasm, Bajuka Bog, 3 swamps, 4 mountains, and 5 forests make up the land base for our deck. Descent into Avernus, Ranging Raptors, Zertaw Druid, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Farseek, Rampant Growth, Cultivate, Kodama's Reach, Ignoble Hierarch, Goblin and Archimancer, Solemn Simulacrum, and Dryad of the Elysian Grove help us to ramp out and stay ahead of the curve. Ripjaw Raptor, Forerunner of the Empire, Eternal Witness, Beast Whisperer, Vilis Broker of Blood, Elder Gargaroth, Demonic Tutor, Return of the Wild Speaker, and Wheel of Misfortune help us to keep our hands full and to dig for answers. Reclamation Sage, Dayuthi Voidwalker, Shriekmaw, Cankerbloom, Bane of Progress, Abrade, Assassin's Trophy, Heroic Intervention, Beast Within, Rakdos Charm, and Deflecting Swat help us to keep our opponents in line. Grim Gigantosaurus, Blasphemous Act, Earthquake, Toxic Deluge, Delayed Blast Fireball, and Chandra's Ignition help us to reset the board as needed. Wrathful Raptors, Bloodletter of Alkazots, Pestilence, Pyrohemia, Flame Rift, Plague Spitter, Heartless Hitagatsu, Fiery Confluence, Atarka's Command, Noxious Field, Acidic Soil, Rite of Passage, Rurik Thar Unbowed, Brash Taunter, Xenagos God of Revels, Raging Regisar, God Eternal Ronus, Sulfim Mayhem Dominus, Archfiend of Despair, Fling, Insult Injury, and the Skullspore Nexus make up the core of our deck and how we plan on winning. Now that we have our deck list, we should compare it to our checklist. 50 mana sources split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, right on target. 9 pieces of card advantage, 12 pieces of interaction, 6 board wipes, 4 pieces of graveyard hate in Dauthi Voidwalker, Scavenging Ooze, Rakdos Charm, and Bajuka Bog, 1 Sudden Eye win card in Chandra's Ignition. The goal for this deck is to win with our commander. Assuming we've dealt enough damage to our opponents incidentally with cards like Earthquake and Zerta Druid, we can cast Flame Rift, then Indoraptor, then Perfect Hybrid, then use Pestilence or Pyrohemia to trigger our commander enough to finish off our opponents. If that doesn't work, we have enough stacks and group slug effects to just sit back and watch them kill themselves to Rurik Thar Unbowed, combined with Sulfim Mayhem Dominus and Archfiend of Despair. All told, this would cost someone 24 life to cast a Soul Ring. Seems fair. Do you have an Indoraptor the Perfect Hybrid deck? What direction did you take your deck list? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. For only $25, you too can have a commander video built at your request. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Squishy, Brett, Roxy, Josh, Sean, Pob Zombie, Mark, Borgie, Exiled Rogue, Nazwin, Hector, Pedro, Tom, Echo Fox, Midge, Swifty, Lucius, Detroff, Rally, Elf, and Frank. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.